Hello everyone, this is Dr. Madhuri, Associate Professor, Department of Law, Shri Padmavati Mahila Vidyalayam, Tirupati. Today we are going to discuss about what is a copyright, how it is going to work. Let's start. What is a copyright? A copyright is a legal protection which is extended to creators of original works, and it also grants creator ownership rights for all kinds of literary, dramatic, musical and choreographed works, pictorial works, sculpture works, graphic works, motion pictures and audio visuals, sound recordings, computer softwares, digital media, products and other intellectual property rights. When we are talking about copyright, how can we just give identity of a particular copyright? Using of the symbol C round symbol can be known as a particular copyright. Anyone who claims a copyright can use, not necessary to have a registration to use the designations. It is highly advisable to incorporate a copyright notice also. And copyright 2009 Microsoft Corporation can be taken as an examples. So Indian Copyright Act speaks and started its journey on 1914. Now Indian Copyright Act 1957 with effect from 1958. Further amendments has been also taken place in 1983 to 1999, that is on 84, 92 and 94, and adopted English provisions and introduced new ideas and concepts. And it also creates Copyright Office and Copyright Board, and it also introduced civil and criminal remedies against imprisonment. So what is a copyright? It's nothing but an exclusive right subject to the provision of this act to do or authorize the doing of any of the following acts in respect of work or any kind of a substantial part of. So artistic works remains a particular activity of a painting, sculptures, a drawing which includes diagram, map, chart or plan, an engraving or a photograph whether or not, and any kind of a particular artistic works also can be taken example of artistic works. Say work of architecture or any other kind of artistic craftsmanship also can be exemplarized like this. So musical work, as we know that it means consisting of music, and it also includes graphical notation of, and at the same time these works can be given as words or any kind of an action intended to be sung, spoken or performed with the music. And sound recording also speaks about recordings of sounds from which sounds may be produced regardless of the medium on which a recording makes a method of sounds are produced. A CD-ROM are also sound recordings. Cinematography films means visual recording on any medium produced through a process which is a moment of particular produced of any kind of a sound recording accompanying a visual recording of this particular cinematography. It shall be constituted, and at the same time it also processes analog cinematography video films. Government of means it also gives a particular work which has been published by or under the direction of control or the government of any department of works or any legislator or any kind of tribunal or a judicial authority in India can be comes under this particular arena. Characteristics we want to frame: a copyright is granted and protected according to the particular copyright. There is no common right or a common law of right we have. So multiple rights of a particular copyright cannot be taken as a single right. Rather, a bundle of rights in the same work can be. So it also compromises the literary works right to reproduction, right to translation, right to adaptation, and also right to dramatic and choreography versions, and a right to public information or a public performance, and right to serial publications also can be taken. And the work must be original. The first and essential requirement of claiming particular copyrights is nothing but original of the work, and there cannot be claim of a particular copyright which can be taken as a similar work. And talking about ownership right, by virtue of section 17, the author of the work is the first owner of a particular copyright, literary and the dramatic works. And the author of the work, musical works and composition of this particular work can be taken like this. The artist photography, the person takes the photography, cinematographies, or any kind of the producer who is just giving for the particular sound recordings, or the producer who is going for literary, dramatic and musical works, or any kind of an artistic work which is a computer generated also can be taken. The person who causes the work can be created. Copyright laws, we can say that it just works for 70 years for anything which has been created after 1st January 1978, and a copyright lasts for 95 years for the corporate authors, and after publication after anything on or after 1978. It is for 120 years after creation, if not it has been published. So works also published before 1978 and after 1923 are protected for 95 years. So expiration, if you want to say that after the particular period of a particular copyright protection, it has been expired, a word becomes available, used without permissions for the particular copyright owner. And it is said to be in the public domain, must works in the public domain because the copyright have expired. Licensing part, if you want to see, it always talks under section 30 of a particular copyright act, that is a voluntary license, and copyright in any existing or a prospective owners of a particular copyright in any future act to grant interest of a particular licensing in writing signing by them. And compulsory licensing section 31, the work also gives you published performance in the public. The author must have a refuse to reproduce or any kind of the republish or allowed to republish also. So the reason such refusal work is nothing but from the public which has been held there, and the author must have a refuse to allow communication to the public, such work can be broadcast. If you want to see that in Indian perspectives, a 1957 Act speaks about copyright protection, economical right and moral rights. Economical right always speaks about the reproduction of the works to sell and use, including typical electronic works, import and exports, and at the same time derivative works, adaptive of a particular original works, display works publicly, and at the same time to sell, assign any kind of works. And moral rights also talks about the patterns and at the same time right to integrity and to prevent distortion, all the multinations, and at the same time alteration of this particular work on. At the same time, these works can be prejudicial to his honor and reputation also. Assignments also, here we can see the owner of the particular copyright assigns any person or the copyright either whole or partially, and default it stands for the 5 years. So counterfeit copyrights also can be taken under the particular activities of originals under different kind of a particular activities. Penalty is also there, it up to 50,000 rupees, and second subsequent convictions minimum punishment imprisonment to 1 year and fine and 1 lakh also. So all imprisonment copies of any other work which stands on the copyright subsisting of all kind of plates used intended to be produced, such imprisoned copies shall be deemed to be property and the owner of a particular copyright. So finally we can say each country is having its own laws because it is an international law. It stands for the international convention, and copyright prevents distribution of an idea, not idea itself. It also safeguards the interest of the creators. It encourages the people to create something new, and at the same time registration is not compulsory. Economic rights can be assigned to another person. Imprisonment is a criminal offense and if done knowingly. Thank you.